Moral of the story is don't talk shit if you ain't got him.
And don't sleep on Madame Gao. Madame Gao had some shit, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say
you see the two people that was wrong, both took inspiration from Neji.
I'll give you that. But like I said earlier, man, whenever Madame Gao fell, bro, that shit hurt my soul.
Yeah, I was like, why y'all beating that over each other? You
You
can feel it.
I was like, she is old, y'all. Relax.
Hey, she has stolen love. Debo, stolen love. Beat that on this old ass like.
They were so petty.
Yo, Mr. Good Guy here, aka MGG, and you just joined a decent crew. We're just a group of guys who review, discuss, and rank all the things we love in the world of manga, anime, and everything else. So sit back and relax, cause it's all decent over here, man.
You talk up on the endo.
Run it.
When life comes to crescendo, we play the smooth. I got the heart to make it. I'm Liam Neeson for my people.
Alright, let's get into this Defenders thing.
Oh, we're doing that.
Yeah, before we get into it.
I mean, I seen the first two episodes. There's a porch out there.
You seen the first two?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't pick up till 3.
Yeah, it was kind of dry.
It was very slow.
If you don't want to like hear it, right? There's a porch right there if you go.
You good.
I'm trying. What I'm gonna say is, I came up with some alternate names for the Defender.
Alright, cool. Okay, that's cool.
I will go through those. Defenders, the White Privilege TV show. The Defenders, Misty Knight, Side Chick Chronicles. The Defenders, Where Punisher At. The Defenders, Either This Works or Daredevil Dies. The Defenders, We Need Daredevil to Make This Better. And then the Defenders, I Am Iron Fist. Yes, that's pretty much like most of the shit that we do. So, yeah, I mean, it falls for me in between. I just still didn't finish season 2 of Daredevil, but it falls in between Daredevil and whatever the second best show was.
Without watching Daredevil season 2.
I went halfway through this time. I know, but that's the thing that pissed me off. I was like, oh, this is highly dependent on watching Daredevil season 2. Like the second half was like, oh yeah, you definitely should watch Daredevil season 2 to get a lot of this shit. But yeah, the show for me though falls somewhere between that. It's not better than Daredevil, but it's probably better than the next best show on that list of 3.
I could say sure. No, I still enjoyed Jessica Jones better than the Defenders.
Yeah.
Reason because is like I still got that stank in my mouth, that taste from Iron Fist. And I felt like this was less Defenders and there was more Iron Fist 2.
Yeah.
But my niggas don't come help me. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I felt like the show was.
I didn't like that either. That he was the full. It seemed like they were trying to make him the main.
Yeah, like he was the chosen one.
Yeah, until Stick was like, yeah, you look, you couldn't leave these motherfuckers. Like, oh man. And then he was like, oh okay, yeah, I'll start trying to be the leader. But yeah, no, literally that was starting to bug me. Like he was walking around like Daenerys, just I am the Iron Fist.
Hey,
I'm like, shut the fuck
I couldn't fuck with him if like a team. I'm like, bro, you keep talking this shit like you the realest nigga out here. Like, I'll knock your ass out.
And all he did was help them win at the end.
And all he did was get fucking dropped.
Yeah, I know. The lecture was like, oh, you turned the Iron Fist on bet. Unlock this thing, bro.
Baby ass nigga. Like, all he do is suck. I'm like, bro, get the fuck up. You suck.
That white privilege shit was funny though. I wish they went more depth in it, but that's the other thing.
No, they couldn't make too much of a statement, or else they got shut the fuck up.
Right?
Colin Kaepernick showed the world. You can't make too much of
My problem was that they were like, certain parts where I wanted them to dive deeper, they just kind of like went over it. My thing is like, don't bring it up, because then what happened was like, right after they brought up like the Luke Cage and him argument, where Luke Cage was like, yeah, you just this privileged ass nigga, whatever. Magically, he comes to understand that when he goes into the office. He's like, yeah, I'm tired of you guys, like, you know, hurting these innocent children in Harlem and blah, blah. I'm like, nigga, you didn't, like, get it now.
This shit.
Yeah, you definitely didn't just get it after, like, one conversation with Luke Cage.
That shit funny to me how that nigga was like, yeah, bro, I got it out the mud. And he was like, you was a billionaire. What do you mean you got it out the mud? I was like, yeah, bro. How was you flying in a private jet to China if you ain't privileged? Huh? If you weren't privileged, you wouldn't have
just flying all the way around the world. It's like, yeah, we followed them everywhere. And then yet they went to their office and just asked one question and figured it out in 5 seconds. I'm like, so y'all literally realize you wasted all this time flying to all these... You did nothing all you had to do was call your boss and be like, yo, where they at? They'd be like, oh, they right here.
Iron Fist, not only did he have a worst show, he proved in that team up that he was the most useless character in all the Marvel MCU.
Oh yeah, they had to hype him up by making him go against Brie in that fight.
Wouldn't this have been better if they just replaced Iron Fist with Blade, and instead of this hand shit, we have vampires? They all undead anyway.
That might have been lit and more believable.
Yeah, like that would have been dope. The hand was so underwhelming. Yeah, we got our fingers and everything, but we low-key about to get bopped off of them.
They had no hands, bro.
They was like, bro, we the world's finest martial artists. We use all our resources on what?
Getting dropped by Luke Cage. Like, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones who really don't have hands. Like, that was the time, because I didn't really buy what you said about Jessica Jones, about how she ain't got hands, she was getting dropped. In Defenders, they showed that she ain't got hands, like she's ready to get dropped at any moment.
All
she
that
got dropped a lot.
to get Black Sky, wouldn't they have been better off just buying like a SEAL Team 6 with like 3 rail guns?
And my thing is like
chopping niggas up.
Oh yeah, and then back to Jessica Jones thing, you could see that she didn't have hands by like the way she was punching shit. Like she was like
Same thing with Luke. This was Luke punch every time. Ooh, if he hit you with that,
concussion, like, come on.
Come on with saying concussion.
So, but the way Sawande just had this nigga open like this. Like, Luke Cage couldn't do shit. He was just taking a whole bunch of L's.
Sawande, he the type of nigga that know that Neji not no hoe.
No, when he pulled that out, I was like, yeah, okay, he a beast. And that's the thing that was kind of backwards too. So when they all attacked them in like, at the Royal Dragon or whatever the fuck the name of the Chinese restaurant was, at one point it was DareDevil and Iron Fist. I think it was DareDevil and Iron Fist trying to combo the guy who hunts bears or whatever, Murakami. And they try to like hype him up. But then after that, niggas was soloing him like easy money. Yeah. So I'm like, what was the point? And then at the end, DareDevil took him on and Bakuto on by himself. Like, and he was just...
He one of them dudes that get hyped up, but then still lose.
Yeah.
Like Sasuke.
I absolutely hated the fact that he was like the guy who trained Noble, who, like, to me, Noble was what? One of Daredevil's iconic fights, right? Exactly. And it's like, so you should definitely be somebody that Daredevil should be scared of. And literally, him and Jessica Jones comboed that nigga. Like, he ran up on Jessica Jones when he was trying to get Trish or whatever. Jessica, like, got by. That was when they were like, oh, okay, Jessica don't have combat hands. Daredevil helped a little bit. And they still bodied this nigga.
You know, like, if they would have put more respect on their martial arts skills, like, yeah, we can't beat these dudes, like, hand to hand. We gotta do some underhanded trickery, like, catch them solo, mob them out, like something like that. They would have that be their thing, like, oh, we gonna catch each of these. Like, they caught Sawande solo and mob them out. Okay, that makes sense. No, like, oh,
Luke King still didn't explain how that happened, because I don't know if he did it by himself.
That's how we gonna get that. I feel like 3 members of the hand versus all 4 of them, they should have died right there. That should have been the end of the Defenders.
Oh yeah, because they were hyping up the fact that they were all coming together so much, like it was really gonna change the
last
world.
Time we came together.
Yeah, I'm like,
oh, y'all got bought by 4 niggas.
Right? Like, what are you talking about? Y'all ain't shit.
Moral of the story is, don't talk shit if you ain't got any.
And don't sleep on Madame Gao. Madame Gao has some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say,
you see the 2 people that was wrong, both took inspiration from Neji.
I'll give you that. But like I said earlier, man, whenever Madame Gao fell, bro, that shit hurt my soul.
Yeah, I'm like, why y'all being that old and shit? You can feel it.
I was like, she is old, y'all.
Hey, she has stolen life. They
were so petty. And so that thing kind of sucked. I thought the stick part was good in the beginning. Then this whole like shit at the end, like where he kind of heel face turned. Like I was like, oh, I mean, like, I guess I had a feeling he was gonna die anyways, because I was just like, yeah, this seemed like a death flag. But I just thought it was kind of like random. It went with what Daredevil was saying. Like, he foreshadowed it heavy with the whole like, Stick is just gonna make you do a bunch of shit that you don't want to do, you're gonna lose loved ones. So I mean, it showed that Stick don't give a fuck. Like he just want to win.
Stick a Rick ass nigga, like from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Morty is fucking Daredevil. Stick is Rick.
I can see that.
You know what, Matt? It doesn't matter.
I thought the Jessica Jones being an alcoholic part was pretty funny too. Like when she just took that beer from that hobo. That shit had me going. I was like, you needed that much? That's how everyone felt on that trip. Was like, she needed that much, bro. That was funny.
I feel like everything they did together could have been done by DareDevil and Luke by next time.
I can see that.
I just feel like they just added numbers.
Because Luke has the fall super strength. So, like, to a degree, not crazy, but still, like, him and Jessica Jones,
I would trade Iron Fist
Fist
and Jessica Jones for Punisher. I would trade.
Look, dude, I remember when I was on Netflix, like, one episode, I think it was 7 or 8, they were like, oh, Electric seeks help from, like, a friend or whatever. I was like, Punisher might come through, bro. Like, she finna call him up, and he finna come through, but no. I mean, maybe in the next season, because now look, I mean, obviously something's gonna get set up. I don't know if they're gonna do a Daredevil season 3 the way it ended, because it's like he gonna be, laid out in the hospital stretcher for like most of season 3. But he gonna be laid out in a hospital stretcher for most of season 3. At least he should be.
He the best show. They gonna get him.
No, but that's what was funny. It felt like that too. Like in the very beginning, where Daredevil, look. At one point, I was looking through the show as a perspective of all of these shows suck, and Daredevil's supposed to be there to save them. Yeah. And like at that part where he wanted to leave, like that's just what I was thinking. Like they was like, "Come on, bro, you know, we need you to make this show good." And this nigga was like, "Nah, man, I'm trying to chill." And it was like, "Come on, please, man, you gotta join us."
I feel like not only was his show better, but the actor himself was acting circles around him. Like Daredevil, I was like, dang, this dude, he can act. Everybody else was just kind of like, ooh, I'm doing things.
No, I still think they were all good except Danny. Danny was probably one of the worst.
Yeah. Like I felt like Luke and Jessica weren't bad actors, but Daredevil, he's just
I give you that, he's better, but Danny was trash for the actual.
And then one other thing I liked about just the art of it is how they changed the color scheme. Like when you would go from Luke Cage world, it would be like all yellow, like the lights would be yellow, but then when you switch to Jessica Jones world, everything would be like blue tinted. You go to Iron Fist, everything's green tinted. And then everything was like red tinted for what's his name. Mm-hmm. I thought that was pretty cool. It's a good way to be like, we're going to somebody else shit now. Right? And it was a good way to know who's about to show up. Like if Jessica was around like a bunch of yellow lights, I'd be like, oh, Luke is about to show up.
Damn.
What do you think about the future of Defenders? You think they're gonna change the cast, same niggas?
So I think things that are gonna happen for sure is the Misty thing. They should have been more obvious with it at the end, because it was like basically Colleen was like trying to save it, but she said it in such a stupid way. Like, yeah, this is a state-of-the-art hospital. I'm like, just say like this hospital can do some fancy shit. Yeah, like you gonna get a robot arm. Like, cause they're making it weird because they're in kind of like the current time frame. So getting a robot arm it doesn't feel normal in that world. Like it doesn't make sense why she would just get a robot arm, because they don't believe shit. So she should have been more obvious about the fact that like she probably would get a robot arm. The Claire shit, I think she's gonna be more of a person later. Colleen, I think this was like to make her more of like a member, sort of. Like she was kind of like around. She helped them fight in that 3-man. So I think like when they do the next season, she'll be more of a like team member.
You know what I think they gonna do? Oh, you guys.
No.
I think they gonna combine a couple of shows. Like I think the weaker Netflix shows like Luke Cage and Iron Fist, they gonna come together and do a Heroes Fire type deal. Which is what
they would make good partners, because
they make good partners in the comic book too. Yeah. They do this thing called Heroes Fire where they kind of get paid to be superheroes. And remember, they kind of set it up because she was like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do for money? You gonna help people for money?" You know, she's kind of setting that up. And then I think they gonna lump Misty, Colleen, and the bad bitch. I don't know her name. Claire. They gonna lump them 3 into their own show where they like do shit. I think I can see that. That'd be interesting.
I can see that.
I think they need to bring my boy Blade out. I don't think Blade could make it on the big screen.
I can see that in the Jessica Jones show. Yeah. I can see him coming through Jessica Jones more than maybe even Daredevil, to be honest. One of those two. But I can't really see it in the other ones because Luke is too loud and Iron Fist is too dumb. Mm-hmm. Like, it wouldn't make sense for him to just pop up unless it was like on some mystical shit in Iron Fist.
Yeah, I would like to see Blade, Punisher. If you had a different,
because when he kills people, I was like, you could have brought Punisher in here. Because y'all niggas was like pretty much like, yeah, we don't. Like Daredevil threw the killing thing out the window. It felt like more or less like they only made him think about it for that 1 second with Sawande, but then they still just killed him and nobody was like had a huge thing about it besides Luke Cage for 5 seconds. He was like, yeah, you just killed a guy. And Stick was like, hey, it's real life, bro.
Now, what if Defenders 2 had like a completely different cast of people? Like if you get Blade, Punisher, and like I don't know, fucking Ghost Rider, all 3 niggas that don't give a fuck about killing people.
Yeah.
And they just go through just.
I don't know. I still think that Defenders 2 is gonna focus on the fact that Matt is still alive and then like dealing with that. So I think they're still gonna keep the sort of the main cast. But I can see them start to introduce other niggas in there. But that's the thing, because they shouldn't have ended it that way. Because now that they ended it that way, I'm like, this is setting up for season 2 and the fact that they're gonna have to like, they might come together for something, but then, or might have like a Daredevil replacement, then later figure out that nigga is still alive or whatever. And then it goes from there. Yeah. Some of the other thing I thought was interesting was how petty they was to Luke. Like, that's why I call it white privilege, because I felt like Luke was the only one who realized, like, nigga, I go back to prison for most of the shit we doing. And, like, Jessica knew the sentences for all this shit, but Luke was the only one who seemed worried, like, yo, they will take me back to prison for this shit, bro. Like, but Iron Fist, that nigga just walk around with his face out. They ain't gonna take that nigga to jail. Like,
I'll buy my way out.
You're right. Matt Murdock wasn't really that phased because they didn't make the connections just yet. But
they dumb as fuck for not done.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, okay, so they just petty for not
Actually, they not dumb, because I was like, yeah, this blind guy, I guess he with them, but he can't be.
He blind.
You know what I mean?
That's what he'd be falling back on.
If I was in court and nigga was like, yeah, you this nigga, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How I do that?
Some other interesting things I thought was at the end, I thought it was petty that nobody said shit to Foggy and Elaine when they walked in. Like, so after Daredevil died, they all come back to that room to go with their like sidekicks.
Fuck, the song changed as soon as he said that shit. God damn. That shit just pissed me off. Fuck.
I can't say nothing.
Yeah, bro. Well, shit. Now I feel like we got obligatory in this.
Yeah, right. Just rate it. We'll just rate it.
Alright.
I had so much shit I wanted to say.
That's why you should have went to the back porch, man.
You need to go back. I'm gonna put the song back on so you good.
You said we good?
Yeah. In 3, 2, 1, go.
The other stuff was Misty. I just noted the times that she got hella side chicked, which is that they didn't give a fuck about this bitch job.
Yeah.
Like, she was doing a whole lot for them.
My neck out on for y'all, and y'all low key about to ruin my career.
She almost lost her job over that. She lost her arm over Luke because she went over there trying to follow that.
And he ain't gonna even dig it.
They didn't even let her through. Yeah, they didn't let her through. And then she took care of all their friends or whatever, argued with her boss, and that nigga didn't show up to the hospital at the end.
Dang,
show up to the hospital.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
He side chicked her happy, bro.
And you know what? Out of all the girls he showed up to his ex house.
Yeah.
That's how you know who we really want to be with. He talk all this stuff, white privilege, but he gonna go after the swine.
Hey,
man, Luca, Uncle Tom ass nigga. You heard it here first.
What was also funny when Daredevil was on that shit, like Luke Black, because you know Luke wasn't really black like this whole movie, but he was trying. His blackness came off for like 5 seconds when like Daredevil was trying to go back to like for the electric shit. He was like, "Nigga, you back on there?" he said that shit real good. I was like, "This nigga blackness like just a little bit." He was like, "Oh, you back on there?" That shit had me dying because it felt like he was gonna go into the hump. Like, nigga, come on, man. Yeah, like, bro. Get over this shit, bro.
More ass out there.
Yeah, like,
trust me. Luke done piped down half the girls on the show.
You saw her curve Jessica Jones, bro?
Curved her? I wouldn't say he curved her.
She was like, "Oh, maybe we could grab coffee sometime." Then he got up and walked out.
Hey, bro, he said nothing.
He said
he
nothing.
Didn't say no.
He said nothing.
He didn't say no.
Look, he would have said yes. He said no, bro. He didn't say anything.
If your ex came up and was like, "Hey, is there a chance for us to get together?" and you don't say no, you leaving a bridge open.
I didn't leave the bridge open, but he
You ain't say
definitely didn't say yes.
He didn't say yeah, but he definitely left the bridge open.
I felt like he curved her ass. Because if you saw her face after when he didn't say nothing, she was kind of like, oh,
no,
like
bro.
that's what I saw.
Know, that nigga was playing game. He left the bridge open. So when he come back, she like, "Oh, you curved me." He like, "I didn't say no, girl. You woo woo woo."
Yeah.
He left the bridge open. He gonna get in them guts. Luke Cage, oh, he be talking around.
Yeah. I think we kind of talked about it a little bit, but I think Daredevil could beat Danny in a one-on-one.
I think Daredevil got everybody.
My problem is I still feel like they were like subtly trying to say that Danny was still like the best fighter because they didn't like really let him lose, but it was really like annoying that they were saying because the whole time I was like, I know Daredevil can beat you in one-on-one fight, but they're like not letting him lose, and then by Elektra beating him, I'm like, I guess that means Daredevil definitely could give you those hands because Daredevil, I felt like Elektra won that fight at the end.
Well, Elektra don't hold back on anybody but Matt. She proven to hold back on against Matt.
Oh, so you're saying she could be stronger than him?
I feel like Iron Fist, full-fledged Iron Fist, if he hit her with that punch, she's dead.
Oh, yeah. No, he punched her in her vagina, it looked like. Because when he turned that shit on and he was like, boom.
Last time I looked, she woo.
And then also, did it show like at the end that his fist got stronger? Because it looked like it was glowing a lot more, like when he was on top of the roof. Like before, it's like that orange glow kind of inside his hand. But at the end, it literally like his whole like fist was like fully glowing. So I thought they were trying to say this nigga shit was stronger. Yeah.
That's what I was waiting for. I thought they was gonna do like, oh, 2 of his fists glow.
That fish shit still pissed me off. But yeah, that's the part that bothered me that Danny was in there. Because it was like they were like trying to hold back on really like putting the respect Daredevil needed on his martial arts name by like keeping like Iron Fist at the forefront or always like kind of winning these fights. But I was like, the hand couldn't really throw hands. Like, it's like, I just need to see Danny like lose the cockiness. The same way I feel about Daenerys or Daenerys, whatever. Like, I feel like he's walking around thinking he has hands, but he really doesn't. Like, you keep going against these shitty niggas who don't have hands.
I feel like
like, if he went against Noble, do you think it would have went down the same way
I feel like
it went with them other niggas?
Well, there's a difference. That nigga can punch steel in half, so Nobu without his sight is just a nigga
Over regular hands.
So I feel like, yes, he will be Nobu because at the end of the day, he got that cop out.
Yeah. Like how he fucked up Elektra when people just try to say he's like...
I just feel like that the only way this is going to survive, because I feel like they just put him at the forefront as a flagship character. Okay, Danny, now you about to be the protector of New York. Only way that works is if they give him his full outfit, so we can cover his face and get a stunt double in there that can give us the good action scenes that we get out of Daredevil. That's the only way. But if he keep doing this mask off shit, it's gonna be weak as fuck. Like, this nigga's not future.
That's true. I was surprised the action like wasn't as bad as I would have thought. I still don't think it was Daredevil level because they kept like the third fight bothered me a lot. That 3-on-3 fight with Bakuto, Gao and whatever. Like, I think that fight would have been great if we just focused on it all the way through instead of like trying to switch to the Elektra shit. Like, because first of all, that fight, the Elektra fight was weak anyways. But I would have preferred it just being a solo thing rather than like cutting back and forth. Because Gao, like seeing Gao try to like throw hands, like for real, was something I felt like I've been waiting on. Because I felt like she never really like threw them until this show. So I'm like,
you know something I like? I like they didn't. They made Jessica and Luke seem very realistic. You know, everybody else doing like, ooh. Yeah. But if you look and notice in the background, sometimes them niggas just be awkwardly kind of waiting. Yeah. And they're just like, punch, bro. Or they'll just like grab a nigga. Like, they don't be like coordinated like you would expect two martial artists to be. They just be kind of like waiting like they jumping the nigga.
Is it here?
Swinging and shit. Like, it'd be good.
That's true. I also felt like Murakami's power was just that he could come back and get slept. Like, I felt like they all kind of had their themes. I guess Bakuto was like, I use blades and shit. I didn't really like Alex. I don't know what Alexandria's theme was, but they pissed me off as like she had hands. They showed that she could have hands because when Elektra showed up, she did like a couple of moves on her, like in her backstory. So I was like, I guess they're trying to say like she does have hands, but they kept teasing her, throwing them out. Gao was obviously that push shit, but Murakami, I feel like he actually doesn't have hands. It's just the fact that like he comes back from getting slept really easy. Like if you see the amount of times you see King back from getting slept, you'll be surprised, bro. Like think about it. Like Electra punched him, he got back up 5 seconds later, whatever. Like it wasn't that long. And then like when dude was on top of him and knocked him out, he came back and tried to take him on the elevator.
Wow.
So I'm like, I think that's his power.
Fell off the elevator was still
exactly. Like, I think that's his power. He just comes back from getting slept really easily. Like that's probably how he fought the bear or whatever. Like the bear slept him. He was like back and then just stabbed him in the back. Like
not everybody can be a sword. Some people gotta be a shield.
I guess. Like I think that's what his power was because I didn't get whatever else it was. I mean, and if he was gonna actually win against what's her face when he tried to like have his little one-on-one before she brought Iron Fist in. Whatever, but yeah, I could rate it. I'd probably give it I give it a decent stuff. I got hype after episode 3. I was talking shit in a lot of episodes, like right when they would end and they would start to the next one. I was like, bro, they not ready.
I'm gonna agree with you and give it a decent as hell too. It was gonna be decent or even lower.
Yeah.
But like after episode 3, I literally felt compelled to keep watching.
Yeah.
And if a show can like compel me, like I want to see what happens next. I want to see what happens next. All right, it's decent. So,
all right,
I would recommend it to you.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely recommend it. All right, good.
We good.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video. If you want to hear some more content, check out our other videos on the channel, or you can check out our podcast, The Decent Podcast, where we talk about all this and more. Links to all of our social media will be in the description box below. In the meantime, in between time, I gotta go get something to eat. I'm out of here. Peace.
I want it all. I said I'm mentally tough. Oh, what you thought I would quit? Even on days when I feel at my worst, I will get off my ass and then get back to work. Ain't nobody gonna get it for you. Better go ahead and get it by your motherfucking self. By yourself, nigga. Ain't nobody gonna get it for you. Better go ahead and get it by your motherfucking